Non penso che abbiamo dormito molto bene. Good going, buddy. Oh my god, what the hell was that? Oh, just a dream. You have ones like that all the time. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night. What the hell is going on with me? You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detective needs to be able to think. Why is this happening? It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself. No, I can take this. I'm not going to go looking for speed. Are you sure? Ready to leave as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically a week? Let's be honest, 2 weeks, maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired. That's a lie. I can do this without speed. Half the town won't be dead. Suit yourself. Slow, sad, shelly man. See how you do without your spark. Kim? Help? What is Kim? I need the help. Sono conciato malissimo. Oh, imbarazzante la maniera in cui sono vestito. Però ormai è così. Beh, almeno sono coordinato. Good morning.
Morning.
I've got some good news. I took care of the body. The thought of him decomposing in my MC wouldn't let me sleep. Good, thanks. I'm just glad he's gone. We have other matters to attend to. The lieutenant's downplaying his contribution. He got up before sunrise to get this done, and now he's quite pleased with himself for taking care of the gruesome business so efficiently. He points to the mess hall doors. The union muscle finally turned up, and they look rowdy. We need to talk to them. Are these the men Gard told us about yesterday? I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them, by the looks of it, loud and nasty, just like the manager said. Because it's something out, one's thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it. What do you mean, rowdy? I mean, ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCMPM being here. They prefer to be policed by the union. Men who drink beer for breakfast? The hardy boys, who are responsible for safe policing. I think it's them. There are so many of them, maybe you should call in for reinforcements? That would just escalate tensions, no captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Verdures Union. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war, so let's keep a cool head, okay? Okay. One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with your business. Good. Power mode. Purposefully. Concentrate on something else first. Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder? They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me. Ok, it's fine. Good. Beh, dopo tutto abbiamo da fare. Ciao signora, cosa ci fa qui?
Just a moment.
Ah, yes.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, Mum.
It's fine. I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
Good day, Mum. Everything all right?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
What's wrong with the phone line?
The manager was vague about it.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? Why did you need to use the phone anyway?
To let the young woman who is house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and Gary were supposed to be back on Monday night, but they're still missing and I haven't heard from them.
Oh dear.
I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
A little missing person puzzle might be just the thing to take your mind off the hangover. Okay, I'll buy it. Has your husband gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully. But you have more important things to worry about.
More important than a missing expedition? I don't know. Expedition often lead to something interesting. What is this expedition your husband was on? Just on fieldwork, sweetie. Morel is highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast, across the waterlock. What could be keeping them? The waterlock, that was broken. Could this be it? Wait, who's this Gary person? Do you trust him? She smiles. Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I'd trust him with my husband's life any day. The waterlock to the other side of the coast is broken. They're probably just stuck over there. Oh my, what happened to the waterlock? Probably just some technical problem. Well, whatever the case, I'm thankful to both of you. You spared me another sleepless night. You're welcome, ma'am. She turns back to you. I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye for my husband. This will surely lead to cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect. Yes, some left-field scientific research is exactly what you need right now. Funk up the vanilla murder investigation. And if you see him, let him know that Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know his waterlock is being repaired. It's cold out there. If I see him, I'll let you know you're here, when or if I get there. Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie. So your husband is some kind of scientist? Oh yes, a zoologist. What is cryptozoology? It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legend. That's one opinion, yes, and people are entitled to their opinions. My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby. It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct, or even fictitious. Searching for such species, called cryptids, is difficult enough to thankless, and frankly many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are really interested in supporting real research. The quality of research at Revacolion University has been on the decline, but you doubt there was ever a time when cryptozoology was embraced by the academic elite. She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own. Tell me more about Morello's character, your relationship. Oh dear, I'm not sure where to even begin. What does he look like? Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's, and his palms are well coarse from all the fieldwork, and he's quite gentle. He can't run around Revacol feeling groundsman hands. If you want to find her husband, you need more concrete information. It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world. Let's try again. Why don't you try describing him as you would one of your cryptids? Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed, you might say wild even. The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description. One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear with him, and even if it's not out on the reeds, you know, just in case. How long have you been married? We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestone even more somehow. How did the two of you meet? Via dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene, and it just divorced. We hit it off, and well, here we are. She's skipping over some important parts, perhaps you'll find out more later. I think I have all the information I need. Tell me about this rare insect. It's fascinating, but I shouldn't bore you with the etymological minutiae. Blah, blah, blah. You're right, I don't have time to insect right now. Of course, dear. Maybe you could convince her to tell you about some cool cryptids. Check Phalions. Shit, dude. Thanks all. That's all for now, ma'am. So sad. Tu, perché fai finta che il telefono funzioni, stronzo? About my bill for tonight? Yeah. opportunity, real fortune. No, not yet, you know, not yet. So the phone line is dead. Yes, and the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it. Losers. That's pretty strange. It's not strange, it's inconvenient. Is it true that there was foul play? He wrinkles his nose. Who told you that? I would never disclose my sources, that would be dishonorable. Fine, yeah, it looked like someone had messed with the writing. It was shortly after the hanging, but I don't know if it's all related. Plenty of asses around here who aren't murderers. Ok. Ok, Kim, come va la vita? Hai dormito bene? Non mi vuole parlare, non importa. Allora, dobbiamo parlare con questi stronzi qua della gente, però... però mi sa che gli parliamo dopo, aspetta. No, non entrerei. Andiamo a parlare con la tipa nella barca prima. Spero che non sia andata via, oddio, se poi ho perso l'occasione di parlarle sono scema, Però avrei potuto portarmi avanti. Ma davvero preferivo che ci fosse Kim. Bookstore. Ehi, una persona, salve, chi sei? Working class woman. A good one?
Yes, hello?
Yes, hello?
Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
She doesn't really want to be disturbed that much. Wasn't she working? Shouldn't a working class woman be working?
Not all the time. Right now I'm browsing books. Even a working class woman needs something to read.
Good.
It is.
I'm a policeman.
I know you are.
Do you need the help of a policeman?
What with?
What's her browse books? Seems like she spent a lot of time reading at work. A lot of time at work smoking. Okay. Comrade, the years of labor are pressing down on her shoulders. She deserves a hug. Give her a hug. She's gonna punch me in the face. There's a small movement beneath your hands and you shut your head, then a tiny voice breaks out and asks, "What is happening?" She seems to be confused. Your hand wrapped around her polyester coat, the fabric's full. Keeps hugging her. The situation is intimate. Your cheek is pressed against her shoulder. She's gonna destroy me. What are you doing, officer? Let's talk, more feeling. Keep your eyes closed, soaking the closeness. No, this is creepy. I'm fighting for the working class. Fighting for it, how? A hug a day keeps the bourgeoisie away. Oh. She's hugging you back. Hell yeah, dude. I guess it's better than nothing. Keep fighting on, my fellow comrade. Is there anything else I can help you with? Maybe your husband is missing? Not my husband. So, where could it be? I don't know, at home. Where is this going, officer? I don't know. Maybe your children are missing, maybe your cockatoo. That's all for that. You know. It's fine. Kim Kazzolagi, don't judge me. Sto anche tentando di ottenere esperienza qua, ok? Non è che per caso posso provare a rivedere se questo funziona? Sì, posso, aspetta. Conceptualization. Niente di conceptualization. Ci riproverò per sempre. Oh, ce l'ho fatta, because you see it, finally. This wall is sublime, look at it. Let the conceptual joy flow into your pupils. Shit. All the other walls and all the other houses must make a pilgrimage in adoration of this uncontested pinnacle of wallcraft. More! Oh, wall father! Kim, I must paint this wall, add even more beauty to it. Huh? He sounds tired of it all. Cindy, the skull has all the necessary materials. Talk to her? First, I know you're tired, Kim, but take another look at this wall. Draw nourishment from its beauty. Sure. I must talk to Cindy, get the necessary materials from her. If you must. Povero Kim inizierà a odiarmi. Roba! Perché ho tanta morale, non ho problemi di morale. Docking yourself a resident of the Russian pollution. Salve signora. He's worth more than 11 Ann in all your life. I hate this lady already. Joyce Messier, a striking woman, leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets, a silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good morning, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
Shake her hand.
I'm glad to see you here. I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
There's a trace of irony in his voice, mischief even. The lieutenant is hatching some scheme.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition, but she appears helpful. What can you tell me about this strike? Everything, right up to, but not including, trade secrets. What if I want to hear about trade secrets? First, you'd have to repeal the Emergency Act of Trade, an amendment that gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus. I wouldn't want to disturb an octopus, better let it be. I'm glad to see it that way. To repeal the act would mean repealing the coalition government. You'd rather shooting yourself in the foot, in other words. Leave it alone. But I am derailing us. You want to know about the strike? What is your role in this, precisely? I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer. And how are the talks going? They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after the awful lynching took place. Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2 meters raised behemoth blocking the gates. Oh, you mean Measurehand? Yes. She rolls her eyes. How were the talks going before the lynching? Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived. And when did you first arrive? I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The base was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM. He looks at his notes, but the strike began in December. I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont, despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations. This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike. Heavens no, there have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess I could say, aggressive. Ludicrous even, it's meant. What happened to this Gaumont? Mr. Keller told him to, how did he put it? Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of a stature, you see. Okay then. Yes, keep in mind this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him in the union. What are their demands? There are leaflets everywhere and banners. What did they say again? Every worker a member of the board. Most of the workers probably don't know what that means. Vorrei dire la mia opinione, però non voglio rovinare la... I like it. Then you might also like their other slogan, Demand Democracy. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Personally, I don't think he has the same pizzazzo as every worker a member of the board. What exactly do they mean by it, though? What's the demand? It's quite simple, you see. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about what anything really needs the other signature of each of the 2,200 workers in the Martinez terminal. Just so you understand, this is but one of the 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of the Wild Pines group. That's pretty funny, I have to admit. They are having a blast, but how can they afford it? After 4 months, my assumption was that they would prefer a more practical solution. What are you going to do? I'm not sure. Naturally, I assumed that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now people are getting lynched, I hear, behind the whirling and rags, a disastrous situation if there ever was one. Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching? And her reply comes quick. I first heard it from the boy at the gate, the one whose very name advertising his aversion to work. I think he said it was Call Me Mañana. This checks out. The scabs at the gate, did you put them there? The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Giorno come to plead for work where the union refuses to? Sure did. If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I would not share it with you, not right now at least. It's implied she's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion. What do you think of Everard? Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. You can say one thing about him, is that he always puts the interest of the worker first. Really? Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood. He's not that bad. I don't know. That's Everett, alright. He's the most corrupt individual I've ever seen, but non esageriamo. And I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemable and nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar Allan Poe. I remember hearing something about this Edgar. Have you seen him? No. Edgar looks exactly like his brother except for the lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other one takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers do. What about the union itself outside the Brothers Clare? The Devadu Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter election. The Brothers Clare came in and transformed into a, how do you say, a mob. The Devadu are a crime syndicate, so as it may be, we're forced to cooperate with them. Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concession have only emboldened Everett and his brother. In your opinion, detective, I might ask, I'm curious. And talk to them in person, you see. You say that the union is... Let's just go for Everett gameplay. An effective advocate for the rights of the local working man. È vero però. Why do you think so? Why she calls corruption is simply an aesthetic category. Talking in aesthetic categories is the privilege of the overclass. From what I've seen, most people are just trying to survive. Point taken, and she falls silent. But enough with Everett. What else can I do for you? One more thing, you said something happened in the elections. I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the union. She disappeared. Disappeared? Yes, on the last day of the local chapter election, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work. Ever. End of story. Eerie? Downright hunting, if you ask me. The Wild Pines suspected foul play, but what could they do? It was a union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kind of things happen around the Clare. Watch out when you're dealing with him. That's all I needed here. Let's change the topic. What can you tell me about this lynching? Quite a few things, I'm afraid. Oh. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secret. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers. Oh shit. We should have introduced ourselves. I'm Lieutenant Katsuragi from Precinct 57. This is my colleague from Precinct 41, Detective Dubois. I'm afraid Harry doesn't have his badge at the moment. I have mine will suffice. Oh, what happens to yours, Detective? Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like the turn of the man. Remember when my partner told you that I recently suffered from an unusual medical episode? My lost badge is related to it. I see. So you're saying you lost your badge in the course of this episode? Yes. I can't hear you, darlings. Please speak up. It's possible. After a night of heavy drinking, I lost all memory of my life and the world. Oh dear. Some kind of cephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply cannot imagine what you'd gain from faking such a condition. As I said, man, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM. Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge. Shit. And gone, she's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement. Suggestion. What kind of arrangement would it be? I mean, favors for favors. Consider this. Okay, let's try. Let's try it. See, easy. You just offer her a favor, like I said, nice and dirty. Surely there's some other way to demonstrate our law enforcement credentials. I will be frank with you. I'm going to break protocol. I need to be able to justify it to my supervisor. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my supervisors. They're going to want to see something very tangible. You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain. Like what? Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason. The company has tried looking into the matter before to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones. Non sto capendo. Or you can recover your badge, so if it may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause. Detective, a word in private before we continue. Excuse us for a moment, madam. Let's move over here.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective.
How did you hope it would go? Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance and, not volunteer us to be her henchmen? Oh, so we're henchmen now. His woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we play straight into her hands. He doesn't let it show, but there is a limit to how much the consequence of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation. Maybe this is all her plan she might have heard about you. What do you propose? That we don't investigate the drug trafficking? No, if there is a reasonable suspicion we must investigate, otherwise she could claim we're siding with the union, or that we're undertake? We'd never hear the end of it. What I propose is we ask her, then we investigate, briefly, but do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done and demand for information on the lynching. You could find my badge. Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is so large. The situation might have changed drastically by the time you locate it. Time is of the essence. You could request a new one from your station, but that would literally take months. Her proposal is likely part of her design. Yes. The company must have ears on the ground. She must have known about my condition. Wouldn't go that far. Her reaction becomes sincere. I'm sorry for putting us in this situation. I'm sure you will, detective. Let's go back to her then. Ok, ho fatto uno sbaglio. Non importa.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Okay, tell me about this alleged drug trafficking. It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from Samaran Isola. Non riesco a decidere come pronunciano isola in inglese, non lo so. Into Revacol with the Union blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years. Ingredients for what, ma'am? Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say that you can't make what you can't make from this stuff. Let me get this straight, the materials come from Samara to Revacol through the terminal. Yes, after they clear the terminal we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites north of here. Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the union also produces the products, sells drugs, I mean? We're in logistics, it's our business to know, and no, as far as the companies know, they usually not produce it, they transport the ingredients for a cut. And you want us to investigate. Yes, but you won't get anything out of Everett and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link. The handoff, the motor lorries at the roundabout. am I going to need bolt cutters for this? Unlikely, officer. I'm talking about the lorries. Once the ingredients reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp, but in transit they may be vulnerable. How convenient that they're stranded like beached whales at the roundabout. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in traffic. Interviewed the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment. I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you. Uncovering union secrets could give you an upper hand with dealing with them. What proof do you have the union is involved? How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight. With all due respect to this desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. So do you think the strike is being funded with source ingredients for drugs? Precisely. You simply need to find one driver who will open up a bit to you. Sounds like she tried looking into it herself, so she's clearly not the type your typical lorryman would confide in. Okay, I've made up my mind about the smuggling investigation, yes. We will take the case, probe the drivers and see what it yields. Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something. May come to nothing, or they may just blow the case wide open. Meantime, let me know if there's any other way I can be of assistance. You know something about these tattoos? That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question. So you know something about the tattoos. Better not to tie the force to the backstay on this. What now? She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it. Ok, that's fine. Ok, so take care. Ok, mi spiace. Kim. Ma non sapevo cosa fare. Potrei andare a parlare con René un attimo, una foto sua. Non è che abbia molta fretta di parlare ai lorry drivers, tanto quella tipa lì sta tutto il giorno. Lì.
Vigilance, officer!
Yes.
What can this old carabinier do for you?
I found your guard booth. Yes, the union pays me to stand vigil during the nights. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you. I'm an old man, don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money's tight. Feels like he has to justify himself for some reason. You must have seen something on the night of the murder. Your booth looks right into the yard. Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night, being on 2-week leave since last Monday. Why are you on leave? It's a private matter, nothing to do with your investigation. You see, Officer, René is the kind of man who'd rather die than admit he needs medical assistance. I'm fine, goddammit. Okay, so who was working your shift that night? No one. The booth has been unmanned since last Monday. There's no other guard, just me. No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday? Yes, it's not actually an issue. I mean, look, officer, the container yard doesn't actually need guardsmen. Never had one before René. Mr. Keller had the booth built especially for him. It must be decorative. Mostly decorative? The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage an ill-minded individual. Everett created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabinieri Pension of Honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. Everett gets it. Big guys looking after the small and everyone working together. I love it. There's a grimace of pain in the old soldier's face. Looks like he wants to argue. Can we conclude the topic on my guard boot for now? I saw a picture in there. You wearing it. You looked happy. Who's the girl? She's nobody. It's none of your concern. I refuse to discuss my private affairs with the RCM. It is Jean-Marie... okay. Gaston speaks softer and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody. Got it, thanks. Yes, like you said, I will be up anyway, so I might as well keep an eye out. What is it about this whole soldier that makes him stand so proud? It's, you know... prima o poi riuscirò, dai. Abbiamo una skill point. Potrei eliminare Long Way Home, che non mi piace molto. Ma sì, dai. Così posso conceptualizzare art degree. Can't even look at this shit. Oh no, dude. Internalizziamo, dai. Ehi, un'altra persona. Authority, there, working class. Drunk, you know what this means, right? Case solved. Cracked it, all in good day's work. Why? Wait, what did I crack exactly? What do you mean, what did I crack? Look at how working class the drunk is. It's her husband, the missing husband. Yes, you found it. Now go and tell the working class woman. Protect and serve, recruit. Didn't she repeatedly tell you her husband isn't missing though? But she is missing. He is missing. You heard her, the worry in her voice. This doesn't add up. I'm only making a fool of myself. Do marriages make any sense? Does honor? You're not a filthy philosopher. You're an officer of law. Trying to ace this case and not brood over your reputation. We can deal with the perception management later. This is nonsense. Fuck you. Not honorable, recruit. Not honorable at all. Mi dispiace, ma assolutamente no. Secondo me Kim non si fidava di me, per quello ho portato via il cadavere ieri sera. Non ho voglia di rompere le palle a sta gente. Volevo andare a parlare con Everard, però non so se è una buona idea adesso. Forse... ok, parliamo con questi, dai.
Still here, stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
What are you howling anyway? Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that. Relax, he's merely joking. You're under arrest. Wicked. I always wanted a friend in the underworld. Haha, no, I'm joking, my man. Phone runs a nice, clean business. This whole Carlo is mostly sporting goods, you know, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grad in the Occident, though we've been making headway to the Elysium market lately. Could I get one of those fun tracksuits you're hauling? We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. What's your machine behind you? This rocking beauty? Sure is, like a rush you can get rid of. If you're interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery? A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Kaliu and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to support fun rust bucket, maybe an A6? What that a fan A6 you got there? Good eyes, my man. Yep, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together. There it is again, a little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he spent too long in this lorry. So nothing illegal then. Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road. Right. You seem like a man who knows about drugs. Man, me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know. But these days are behind me. Those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man? Let me be straight with you. I'm trying to figure out who's smuggling drugs out of Terminal B. Lieutenant steps in. We have a credible lead, sir. Someone in this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment for the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock. Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyways. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed down towards the conflagration. Who do you think could be conducting the drug trade then? Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly. I've a call now guest here. We wouldn't say he's lying, sir. Empathy phone. Aspetta un attimo, vediamo se posso mettere un po' di empathy nei miei vestiti. No, zero empathy. Però posso provarci comunque.
Still here, stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
This seems like a personal matter. Man, you look sad. What's going on with you? No, my man, I want to know about your soul. Cool. We all want to know each other's other woos and all, but people, man, they have slippery souls. It's like that he slips out of your reach. It's possible the yelling didn't help. Shit. Qui da qualche parte deve esserci qualcosa, no? C'è questa signora, ma Kim non vuole che le parlo. Cavolo, nevica tantissimo. The woman still has her eyes fixed on the photograph of her hands. Oh no. Grandma? Nothing. Snap your fingers in front of her face.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Snap your fingers.
Where am I? Who are you?
Like a magician recalling a subject from hypnosis, you've jolted her back to reality. The smile on her face has disappeared, replaced by the worry aspect of a cornered beast. Are you alright, ma'am? You were out.
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in the traffic jam. In the 50s.
What's so bad about the 50s?
Men have small jaws, and everything is made out of plastic. Why do you need plastic when you can make the world out of amber?
When else would you be then?
Back in Mefke, during the time of the revolution, the sidewalks and coffees are filled with young people. I was on my way to see a new boy Dado picture starring Gabriel Buenguerro. Until you come along, that is.
Who is Gabriel Buenguerro?
This is Gabriel Buenguerro.
Take a look. Cycling handsome man looks straight at you, his head crowded with a wide brim hat. His hair is dark as an oil slick, and his jaw is the most perfectly chiseled thing you've ever seen. This man's got a hold over her. Ever 50 years later, you can feel it.
He was the biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of the cinema whenever he came on the screen, and schoolboys used to memorize all his lines.
In all likelihood, it's a word that's only ever existed in her mind. So I take you wearing mask when you were young?
Someone was.
Lol. Someone? Are these not your
They are
memories?
someone's memories, boy. What difference does it make if it's me or not? They are beautiful. That is all that matters, beautiful and true. And they will win. They are coming for this, you know. All of this.
She seems to derive some bitter pleasure from his strange thought, as if the past will one day wipe the present away, like a tidal wave approaching. Sorry to interrupt your dreaming, man.
I wasn't dreaming. I was there, low man. It was early spring.
Okay,
and
shut
the man
the fuck up,
while
okay?
you people were tearing each other apart
Shush.
over your petty little revolution.
I don't care. I have some other
Why
questions.
not, Rife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
Let me stay simpatica. There's something off about this woman. Tell her to show you the sole of her boots. Maybe she was at the hanging somehow. Why? Show me the sole of your boots. How do you want to with an old woman's boot, Serif? Serif? It's a very important police business, ma'am. I'm starting to think you should let me get back to Gabriel Buenguerro. You know Gabrielle? She's wearing sturdy worker's boots made of black leather, buckles run across. The sole is made of leather. Now the other one, please. Just before Gabrielle has the coronation Fagner. She puts her phone down. Moreover, the boots were size 37, tiny. There are too many discrepancies in all this. Another discrepancy, although not boot-related, is the coronation of His Innocence Franco Negro, which happened 500 years ago. What do you mean it was the coronation of Franco Negro? It was, and then it was no more. It was no longer holding my father's hand. Perhaps it was another Xerif. Or perhaps it was I don't remember. As she says carnival, she gestured the empty square. Turned to Kim, she's not an old soul. These are not the boots that made the prince. You seem like a woman who knows a thing or two about drugs. What do I need drugs for, lawman? Well, I see what I feel, the great adversary, no drugs can compare. I don't care about what you have to say, woman. That's not really what I was getting at. Where were you getting at? Maybe if she thought you were corrupt? Everard sent me. Who the fuck is Everard? Okay, let me put this another way. Are you smuggling drugs through Terminal B? Maybe, probably not. Makes no difference to me either way. How can you not know what you're hauling in your own lorry? Just dismount and made half a dozen trips from Saramizza to Grad. What do you think they take from Saramizza to Grad, lawman? I don't know, that's why I'm asking you. It's diamonds, lawman, obviously. Okay. If you had to guess, who do you think is smuggling drugs around here? Is it the skinny man who thinks he's a poet? Never trust a poet. So he's the only one I can see from here. That's correct, there is no visibility of any of the others. I don't care about diamonds. Diamonds are good for you, lawman. You should try keep them sometimes, make you feel pretty. Okay, you're not involved with the drug stuff really, then why are you still waiting here? Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. I can listen to music or the seagulls. Or can I just relax and let my mind carry back where it will? I think we're done here, no? Anche io sono molto stufa, ok, non ti preoccupare. Sarà qualcuna di queste persone qua, boh. Incastriamo il razzista e boh, dai, no? Che ormai siamo diventati molto poco amici.
Looking for something, Hunt? Huh? Coming to tell me to fuck off again?
You're a lorry man, right? What's your stance on drugs? They're shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body. Lol. He takes a long drag of his cigarette. Why not? You know where that shit's come from? Saramisa, blah blah blah. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. Listen, I agree. It's our responsibility to keep the poison off the street of Revacol, right? Yes. I don't know shit, and if I did, I wouldn't tell you. Then why are you still hanging around here for? Most other Camineers have left. What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been going looted lately. Getting looted. If I touch my stuff, the bosses will be on my ass like an ass cancer. There were a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby. I did see one lorry with the trailer doors open in my way here. Do you know what happened? Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved his country. We were having a good debate about genetics at the Whirling and Rugs when some kept boys smashed his lock and took damn near everything. Lost his fucking job over it. He takes a long suck of his cigarette, appearing to savor the taste. Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to. They weren't getting drunk inside the Whirling and Rugs. How could they know who broke into the lorry? What, aren't we allowed to say that it's the kids who do all the stealing around here? It's not rotor science, man. If it's not you, then who's running drugs through Terminal B? Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealing, that beady-eyed South Samaran. His little side business is a scam. I wouldn't be surprised if he was peddling drugs as well. Wait, there's street vendors south of here that gets a lorry driver? Of course he's a lorry driver. What? He tell you he's just some simple businessman or some shit? He's selling his employer's stuff after he broke the seals on his Homanax lorry. His tribe are natural liars, it's in their blood. Is your man alright? 100%. I wouldn't be so sure about it, not until we've heard what Sealing himself has to say. Guess we need to pay Sealing a visit then. Guess so. Ok, possiamo parlare a Sealing. Aspetta che lascio un paio di bottiglie fritte. Non so bene perché, ma magari lei sa che smagla droga. Certo, come no. Posso comprare qualcosa di interessante. A display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles. Oh no. They're in the dark green glass world of ruby, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol, beer, alcohol, love, alcohol. Oh shit. This is not a good place for a recovering addict. Guess not, no. I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarette damage your health, but I guess you already know that. Don't ask, don't look, don't do anything. Just go away, go back to work. E potrei prendere le sigarette. Do you sell any under-the-counter vices? No. Frit only sells legal drugs like the law says. I want to buy a raincoat. I have a raincoat now. Hell yeah, dude. Potrei chiedere a Everard chi è che gli porta le droghe. E Magnana tu magari sai? Poi devo andare anche a dire a Everard che ho aperto la porta.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
The wizard I visited. Turns out he has one hell of a colonial mug collection. Yeah, the janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy was a bit of an asshole. Yes, his mug collection centrally represented antiquated social values. Like I said before, I don't know much about this weasel, but the bossman said he's really a piece of work. Thanks for helping out, friend. Ok, non era granché. Dici che Measurehead mi vuole parlare? Sono sicura che mi vuole parlare. Ehi Measurehead, come va? No, niente. Non mi vuole parlare. Devo andare da Everard un attimo. Questo effettivamente potrebbe... Challenge muscle memory and dial a random number. Let's go. Your fingers are over the dial pad. 005, that's the dialing code for Revacol 4952. In a moment of hesitation before entering the final numbers. 993. Calling. Still calling, then a crackle. Someone picks up. They say, video Revacol, 24-hour video rental. Rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lemmy. How may I help you? What is this place? Video Revacol is a 24-hour video rental. What is this place to me? Sir, I don't know. It's a video rental. Maybe you rent videos here? Do you know me? No. Why did I call you? Maybe you called to extend the rental period. Do you know you need to extend the rental period? My name is Harry Dubois. Do you have anything with my name? Let me fire up the machines. Dubois. Here we are. You haven't rented anything in 5 years, but you still have a copy of Blue Ocean Hell from November 46. Oh, not a fun film, that one. What kind of film is it? It's not an easy watch. After the death of his daughter and subsequent divorce, immigrant ends up, but tried to come to terms with the onset of dementia. It's so fun. He concludes, no wonder no one's been missing it. Still, I would be great if you could return it to us. We're on the corner of Voyager and Maine. The call is terminated by the other party, left with the discomforting sound of the disconnected tone. Well, you know, we did something. That's fun. Che bella non è? Non trovi Kim? Everett mi demolirà di nuovo. Sono preoccupata. Ehi tu? Magari sai chi porta le droghe qua?
Oh, hey mister. I'm not gonna bother you with a long greeting just like we talked about before. I know you're probably a busy man being an important police officer and all, and personally, I think the more people keeping the peace, the better.
What are you doing with the containers? Oh, I'm making some covers for the containers here. Yes, I am. What's going on here? Containers in the yard are green in Wild Pines livery, and the mountain rising behind these are all red in Union colors. It's like some red infection was spreading outwards from the containers core. This looks like a massive redecorating operation, Kim. Yes, they're hiding from the inside. All the red containers have the Union logo on them. Leo, has anyone told you why you need to change the covers? Not really. Mr. Everett doesn't tell me all the big things. Thanks, Leo, you've been very helpful. Oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. Where is everyone? Oh, must have gone down at the gates. We're on strike, so no one's working. Not everyone is down here, of course. Mr. Everett's in the office, where it always is. Sherlock is guarding the gate. But it and his boy got in some drunken trouble, and everyone sent them on a nice vacation for a week or so. What kind of trouble did this Titus and his friend get into? Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's Union's business. Him and his boys stirred something in town. Probably drank too much, got into a fight or something. What did they actually do? I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details. That's just how boys are, you know? I haven't been in a fight since I was in middle school. Easy, Leo. Let's keep this on the hardies. Look at him. It's not gonna be anything useful anyway. Don't fight it. Let it go with the flow. Leo, what kind of fight did they get into? Did they kill a mercenary? Too late. Leo's mind still moving and the words are spewing forth. Oh no. No, he's talking to some drunk Samuel who already... Oh no. You worked? Shit, dude. Aspetta. Did they kill someone? No, I don't think they killed anyone. Let's better talk about something else. Shit, dude. Let's hear about this fight you got into. Remember it was the rant of the class? Mr. Everett and his brother always came to help. Huh. Noel never started another fight with anyone after this. Seven with Edgar are really nice guys, mister. You should go to talk Mr. Everett. I'm sure you'll be good friends. You're never going anything else out of him. Ok, non è molto utile. To work here? Yes. Actually, Mr. Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady. Who is this Miss Beaufort? A real pretty lady with a skin like those Ducks and South candy bars my missus liked so much. But I can't really listen to the radio all the time, there's so much to do around here. Saying the Miss Beaufort topic. Who is this Miss Beaufort you mentioned? Oh, Lizzie, she's a real sharp tool. Miss Everett put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and then she came back and was all fancy and lawyerly. She respected the word, that's obviously. So she's a real nice girl, grew up in this here neighborhood, knows everybody. For a fraction of a second, there's sadness in his eyes. If me Mrs. and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her, but she can't have kids. Dr. Elementary says so, and she knows about such things. So I've trained a lawyer named Miss Buford. Interesting. I think you're doing a great job around here, Leo. Yeah, this place seems to run like a clockwork. Keep it up, Leo. Well, thanks a lot. Coming from you, it means a lot, really. Some things I feel some of the guys don't really get how much I bust my ass for them here, but you guys are alright. The wet rectangle on your clothes might not mean an awful lot in matinees, but recognition for an authority figure made Lade's day. Good. Good. At least we made him his day, you know? Buongiorno, Everest.
Mr. Dubois, every worker.
Member of the board?
That's right, Mr. Dubois. I see the socialist democratic fervor now burns in your heart too. How can I help you today?
I opened the door you asked me. Can we discuss the murder now? I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question, you didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, didn't you? Trying to figure out if you're lying. You may have gone inside and seen a collection of racist mugs, just as I thought. Called an antiquated mug collection, what a weasel. Pacing on Everett's Rainbow Coalition. He was testing and you succeeded. Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good. Ok, non posso continuare. Ehi, gioco. Gioco? Please? Cosa sto aspettando, gioco? Devo sedermi? Cosa devo fare? Kim? Aiuto! Everhard, please! Penso che sia un bug. L'unico problema è che l'ultimo salvataggio è tantissimo tempo fa. Ho paura di sì. Cazzo. Cazzo! Sono arrabbiata! Che palle, devo rifare tutto. Meglio se lo rifaccio adesso, sennò poi mi... dopo è peggio.